Welcome to the Madhuban Double Foreigners Retreat. And I'm Meredith from the Miami Meditation Center, and very, very happy to be here with you. I have to say, I was, of course, a little saddened, like I'm sure many of you have been, that I wouldn't be able to go to Madhuban this year. But when this came up and I realized, of course, that none of us can go, there's no traveling right now. When this came up, the idea of this beautiful retreat, I got very excited because I thought, again, we can't get to Madhuban, but Madhuban is coming to us, and in such a beautiful way. Just wait until you see some of the video and some of the stories that you're going to get. Today is going to be such a part of the beautiful journey that we're taking, that you've been taking over the last couple of days. So what we are going to be seeing today is Shantivan, the last stop on your journey, the last stop on your very, very intense, beautiful pilgrimage. And I remember one time that I went there, we came, a lot of times you come down the mountain to get to see them. And we sat with Dadi Gulzar, and she asked me, I don't know, maybe someone said something about what I did for a living or something. And she said, media is good. Media is the future. And, who knew then? This is like a few years ago. Who knew then, that we'd all be on Zoom, and even the social media wasn't so big then. And it's like she just knew that was going to be the wave of the future. New ones of you that have come, the Zoom children who've come through Zoom, and you're all really, really serious BKs, and you get it. You're young, but you get it. You understand that this is truth, that where this is coming from. And so for you, I just want to say you are our future. You really are, and so because the technology, and you've come into this world when things are pretty bad, but you have the strength and you have the power from your connection with Baba to be able to move very, very quickly. Again, for those of you who haven't been there, I want to say that it doesn't matter. As we grow and we grow, I think we, the Brahma Kumaris worldwide, do become so much more powerful and strong. And so all we have to do is just follow Baba and let him lead the way and make it very easy for ourselves. So I think it's time for us to really take a journey, take a trip. And interesting that we're not going up the mountain as we usually do when we come from the city. We're going down the mountain, and you're going to see some beautiful, beautiful sights. Om Shanti.
It's time to make our way down the mountain. From one heavenly abode to another. The journey begins. As I slowly remember that I'm going down to the place where I will meet my beloved. I see the beauty of nature around me. The sound of the birds. And I'm so grateful for everything I have received from the One. the forest of peace, Shantivan. An atmosphere of peace that creates peace, stillness, and silence within me. Dadi Prakashmani, the jewel of light. And I feel her energy, the one who Baba himself chose to will all his power to. The one who moved the yajna into such a phase of expansion through her invisible, subtle and yet powerful connection with Baba.
ओम शांति।
Om Shanti.
आप सभी डबल
All you
विदेशी
dear double foreigners
सो
who are
भारतवासी
also
आप
Bharatvasis
सभी 2 साल से
have not come for the
बाबा
last
के
2 years
महायज्ञ में
according to the
आए हो।
situation in the
दुनिया की
world.
परिस्थिति प्रमाण
You've not been allowed to
जिसको
enter
कहें,
India
आपको आने की जो है गवर्नमेंट से
due to
छुट्टी
government
नहीं है
rules
और काफी बीमारी
and of
फैली,
course due to the
इसकी वजह से
pandemic that has
सब आना
spread
जाना
all around the world.
इंटरनेशनल तो टोटल बंदी हो
So
गया।
all the international coming
आप
and
लोग
going
बाबा
has
के
been
घर नहीं
stopped.
आए तो हमें आपकी
And I
बहुत
remember
बहुत
you
बहुत
so
याद आती
much
है। तो कैसे
when you
आप
used to
सबकी
come.
बाबा के घर में
We
रिमझिम
would
लगी
see you
रहती थी
everywhere
और किस प्रकार से
and it
आप
was
सुंदर
so
सुंदर प्रोग्राम
entertaining.
दिखाते थे।
I used to enjoy all
चारों
your
तरफ
cultural
नजर आते थे।
programs,
तो
and now
आपके
that you're
सिवा
not
यहाँ
here,
भी
it feels
हमें
empty.
सुनापन लगता है और बार
And I
बार
remember you a
आपकी याद
lot.
आती है। तो अब तो देखो समय
So let's
प्रमाण
see
कब
when the
परिस्थिति
situation
बदलेगी
changes
जब आप
and you'll
बाबा
be
के घर
able
में
to come
आएंगे।
back
मैं आप
to
सबका दिल
Baba's
जान
home.
सकती हूँ। तो बाबा के
I can
घर के
understand
सिवाय
how you
आप
feel
सबको उस दुनिया
away from
में
Baba's home,
अपने लौकिक स्थानों पर या अलौकिक
in
स्थानों
your
पर
Lokik places or
लगता
your
होगा।
Alokik
तो
places.
मधुबन आने का उमंग
I'm
और इच्छा
sure
तो
you
सबकी
all
बनी
have the
हुई है
desire,
और
the
बाबा
enthusiasm
जल्दी
to
ही
come to
ये
Madhuban.
परिस्थिति बदली करेंगे
Soon Baba
और आप
will
फिर से
change
मधुबन
the
में हम
circumstances
सबके
and you will be
बीच
able to
होंगे।
come back.
ऐसी मैं
I have
सद्भावना
this very
शुभकामना
pure
करती हूँ।
desire.
वेलकम
Welcome,
वेलकम वेलकम।
welcome, welcome.
जल्दी आओ,
Come
हमें
soon.
बहुत बहुत इंतजार है आपका।
We are waiting for
आप
you
कब
to come
पधारेंगे।
back.
बाकी तो देखो हम कहाँ भी रहते हैं बाबा हमारे साथ
Wherever
है।
we are with
हर जगह
Baba,
पर बाबा हमारा
and
ध्यान
Baba
रखते हैं।
looks after us
हम
no
अपनी
matter
प्यारी
where we
दादी
may
जी को
be.
देखते थे तो दादी जी हमेशा ही दिल से यही
I
कहती
used to
थी,
see our dear Dadi.
बाबा मेरे साथ है,
Dadi
बाबा
used to
मेरे
say,
दिल में
Baba
है,
is with me,
बाबा मेरे दिमाग
Baba
में
is in
है,
my heart,
बाबा मेरे
Baba
हाथ
is
पकड़े हुए है।
in my
हर कार्य
mind,
बाबा मेरे
Baba's
द्वारा
holding my
करवा
hand,
रहे हैं।
Baba is Karan Karavanhar, the one who is making me do everything. I am just an instrument. So at every second, she felt the support of that one, and she followed Baba's directions all the time. So all of you, especially at Amrit Vela and throughout the day, if you stay in this combined form, me and my Baba, no other, then you will feel his hand and his companionship always to be with you, and you will receive power from that. The strength of your mind will then increase. And whatever you tell Baba at Amrit Vela, whatever you request of him, he will fulfill that request of yours. Baba is with all of us. Time is changing, and the alarm bells of time are ringing. We can see that the time now is the final time. In fact, the final moments of that final time. And we all have to return home. So it's time just to remember that home and to remember Baba and to follow Baba's directions. Since we have to go back home, then let us forget the body and all bodily relationships and just stay in solitude. I alone remember Baba. I stay silent, I stay introverted, and just give the world the sakash of silence. The more I give the world the sakash of silence, the more I will be filled with the power of silence, and I'll be able to transform the world. So let me now just remember, I have to go home, I have to become complete karmatit, I have to become an angel, to be introverted, and to feel Baba's hand holding mine. So Baba is with me at every moment. Let me spend every second with him. Stay happy and never feel that I am alone. Baba is my companion. May you feel this. The sisters who are overseas, the RCs, the NCs, I remember all of you. There used to be such a beautiful retreat here in February, and I used to see all your double foreigner programs. I remember Mohini Didi, Sister Jayanti, Sister Vedanti, Sister Sudha, Sister Gayatri, Sister Chakradari and Nirmala Didi are here in India anyway. Sudesh Didi ji and so many other sisters, Sister Maureen. How many names could I remember? Chandru Ben, Kusum Ben, Hansa Ben, Hansa Raval Ben. I have so many friends whom I keep remembering. And I'm waiting for you all to come to Madhuban. I can't remember all of your names, but you all reside in my heart. So I'm sending the love of my heart to all of you from Baba's home. Om Shanti. Dadi made Baba her companion at each and every step. She never forgot the one who was making her move. Her life was forever combined. So let me ask myself, how much have I made Baba my companion? From the time I wake up in the morning, throughout the day, until the time I go to sleep at night. Do I even hold him in my dreams? Is he the only one for me?
The voice of a mother and a father and a child. Would you recognize the truth? Do you feel the love that's falling from my eyes? Take just a minute, come and rest here by my side. Let me tell you your own story. Let me walk you through your lives. Only a second, that's all it takes to realize there's 100,000 angels by your side. There's 100,000 angels by your side. Do you hear me talk to you? I whisper through doorways and pathways of your mind. like the morning dew, and fresh from my journey across an ocean of blue. Take just a minute, come and rest by my side. Let me tell you your own story. Let me walk you through your lives. Only a second, it's all it takes to realize
The pillar
there's
of light,
1,000
Prakash Stambh,
by your side.
whose light did Dadi always shine.
There's 100,000 angels here tonight.
From the pillar of light to the pillar of might, from Prakash to Shakti,
Om Shanti, welcome to Dadi's sitting room. This is where Dadi used to sit, and this was Dadi's fixed seat. She always used to sit here, and beside her I used to sit, and whoever wanted to meet her used to sit this side, so she didn't keep turning her head. And after she's met everybody, Dadi always loved to give almonds. So she used to give almonds, and then toli, and she used to also pinch a bit of toli herself and eat it. And this is a blessing card. So Dadi used to give these three things regularly. And then when Dadi used to sit here, she used to love looking at this particular photo, which is the ancestor photos. And Dadi used to often say, I don't know when they're going to call me up. And we used to say to her, we used to laugh and joke with her and say that, Dadi, you don't have visa to go up there, and so you can't go up now. And she used to laugh, and she used to also love this picture with Baba. She used to always look at, so she had three favorite pictures: the ancestor picture, this one with Baba, and when she used to sit here, she used to look at Baba in front of her. This was her favorite picture as well. And when she used to finish meeting people, we used to stand her up, and at this point she used to always stand, and look at Baba's face, and she used to ask us that, is my face same as Baba's? And we used to say, yes, Dadi. And so she really loved that, and this was also her favorite photo, and angel. We used to always keep angels around her, a sleeping angel. And now I'll take you to Dadi's bedroom. So if you follow me. This is Dadi's bedroom. We haven't changed anything. It's just as it is. So, and also powerful vibrations here. And again, pictures of the ancestors, and Baba's picture just above her bed. And this is where she used to sleep, on this hospital bed. So it used to be easy for her, and it was easy for us to manage her. And this window, actually, we made this big window because we used to say that this is her TV, her television, because everything was seen live outside. So a big window here. We specially made it for her. And then also, when sometimes we used to turn the bed this way, so that when she used to lie on the bed and she used to turn this side, she could see Baba's picture there. And the funny thing was that she used to look at Baba's picture on this side, and then if we turned her, like supposing she was facing this way, and then so when we turned her the other way, the reflection of Baba's picture was coming through the window. And so wherever she saw, there was always Baba there. Look, you can see the reflection there. And she used to love that. It was really... And now this is Baba's room. And this Baba's room gave her the feeling like Baba's room in Pandav Bhavan is exactly the same photo, same translight. And so it really gives that feeling that you're in Pandav Bhavan. And also daily we offer bhog here. And so we've kept Dadi on Baba's lap. See? My journey with Dadi has been a unique one, because serving Dadi on a physical level, I used to watch her, how she used to connect herself with Baba. She made Baba her constant companion, and how with any task that needed to be done, Dadi used to go into silence. Watching all of this, and how there was always success in everything, even the toughest task that was taken on, I used to see that there was success in that. And because of her connection with Baba, I felt that, like we say God, and it seems so far away, but when we say Baba, there's a closer feeling. And so in that way, I used to watch Dadi, how her connection was with Baba. And so I personally felt that I should connect with Dadi in such a way that whatever task needed to be done was done very accurately. And I remember one of the blessings that Dadi gave, and that was that Baba knew exactly what I had needed. I've never asked for anything, but Baba knew what I wanted. So he's given me such a assistant. And so I've just felt that I have to connect myself well with Dadi, so that I'm able to carry out the task that she wants me to carry out without any hindrance in service. And through that, what I was feeling and experiencing was Baba's power, and how that came about, because I used to watch myself before and I knew myself before what I was, and since being Dadi's helper, how my thought pattern had changed, in a sense that my thinking level had increased in such a way that where I had felt that this task was impossible, I used to tune in with Dadi and felt that yes, I was receiving that help in a subtle way. Like she used to connect with Baba and things used to just happen. Even the most impossible task, she made it possible. And so I wanted to copy Dadi in that way, and I was seeing how Baba was helping me on that level, very much so that just as Dadi was keeping herself thought free from any other thinking, and in that sense I felt that I needed to do the same. And I know on many classes Dadi used to say, don't think. But I need to experience that. And how I started to experience was that like how Dadi used to do that, Dadi used to say that I receive so much energy from Baba, from God, because I don't waste any time, I don't waste my energy in unnecessary or wasteful thing. And so in the same way I used to practice my on a thinking level, that yes, any unnecessary thought, any weak thought that comes, I have to quickly change that. And the more I was doing this, I was feeling Baba's power in that yes, I mustn't be any obstacle in whatever service that Dadi was doing. And for example, if she was meeting someone, I used to feel that my thinking shouldn't become a burden, or my thinking shouldn't be any obstacle in between what Dadi wanted to give to that particular person. Baba was using Dadi, and Dadi was using that trusteeship and giving that soul whatever it needed. And so I used to stop my thoughts at that moment, that yes, Dadi is trying to give that soul so much power, so much strength, and within that I must not be an obstacle. This is one practice that I had personally done on myself. And also I used to see Dadi how she used to go into silence again and again. Dadi never liked noises. Dadi always wanted to go into that deep silence. Many times you would have heard Dadi say, go into deep silence, dead silence. And so because she's practiced this on herself, she wanted to give others this experience. The less we talk, the more experience of silence we're able to attain. The more we are able to go into the depth of our own self, deep within. Whatever's hidden inside, only you know yourself. And so it gives you an opportunity to take out and pull out any unnecessary, any pricks, any thorn that are hidden inside. Without that, without silence, you are not able to work on yourself. And obviously when being around Dadi, you had to be silent. But I used to say to myself that it shouldn't be just the silence of the mouth, but through words, but silence in my mind. How I used to connect with Dadi and work on that level. And there came a moment where, yes, I used to have the intuitive that yes, Dadi needs this, Dadi wants that, or Dadi needs this done. Without her coming into words, so many tasks were being done. And this is because of my internal effort, that I wanted to help Dadi without her wanting to come into words. And like little things, like I would just give you an example where she wanted, there were all different types of souls coming in front of her, right from VIPs to non-VIPs to BKs, and wherever Dadi needed to give gifts, immediately I used to just look at that soul that, okay, I must get this gift. And Dadi used to become so happy that she's bought the right thing for this person. And Dadi used to always comment that she knows exactly what I wanted to give, and so she's brought that. And you can only do that when you silence your mind. And this is the practice also after Dadi left. Yes, there were storms in the mind after she had left, that what will I do? How will I do it? What am I going to do? It's like my whole world's coming to an end. My whole service is just finished. What am I going to do? What will I do? How will I do it? There's a lot of confusion, a lot of commotion in the mind. And then I just felt that really this is not what Dadi taught us. And I must make my mind silent. And you wouldn't believe it. The more and more I was trying to free my mind away from Dadi's passing away, because it's that thing about, the word death, or someone's just left us and this person's never going to come back again. And so that practice of just going again into silence, which I think because I didn't have enough yoga power, that I didn't have enough strength to stop all these thoughts, to stop the storms from coming. And so more and more, again, I was just taking Baba's help, going in front of Baba, and more I was making my thoughts very positive. The more and more I made myself think positive way, the more and more I was feeling Baba's help, that really just look how things are happening. One point I was thinking, what will I do? And automatically then changing that thought into, look, souls will keep coming. This is what you have to do. You have to give love and respect to everybody. You have to give that sustenance to everybody. And so I just had to be patient. Enough time Dadi's talked about this, about purity, peace, patience, humility, but how to bring it in my own life. And you can only do that when you go into silence, when you sit with Baba, when you connect yourself with Baba, the power automatically comes. When you have an honest heart that this is what you want to do, you want to serve in a very honest way, in a very pure way, like the way Dadi did. And so Baba sees that purity, that honesty, that reality. And so the more and more I was sitting in front of Baba and just speaking to Baba on that level, I was seeing how Baba was helping me. And sooner people started coming, they started coming to Shakti Bhavan, and all the system that Dadi had set out before, that same system was kept. Dadi used to give almonds, Dadi used to give toli, Dadi used to give blessing cards. And so in the same way, when I was meeting the souls that were coming to Shakti Bhavan, again I was just bringing Dadi in front of me, that Dadi, you are giving drishti, not me. I was shutting myself off, and it was Dadi who was making everything happen. In a very subtle way, she was making things happen. On one hand, Baba was helping me, and on the other hand, you could see that Dadi was really making things happen. And it all really depends on our pattern of thinking. The more and more positivity you bring within yourself, the more Baba will help. But within that positivity, you also have to connect yourself fully with Baba. And more at the Amrit Vela, I was just putting my thoughts in front of Baba, and I was taking that power from him. And so I felt that, what I thought was impossible, I brought Dadi back in front of me again, because it was, she made everything from impossible to possible. And so I was feeling that I can do the same thing. And so all of you, wherever you are sitting, whether you're in the center, whether in your own home, wherever you are, really, I think that inner positivity will make things happen. And really you will find success in that. But you also need to connect with Baba. The more you think less, the more you are able to connect with Baba, the more you are able to take power from Baba. This is what I had seen through Dadi's life, that she was always connected with Baba. Whatever task she did, even when she came down to do any bit of service that she needed to do, but we could feel the pull. The Baba used to be with her. That it's not just Dadi, it's Baba working through Dadi. And so wherever you are, really just feeling that nothing is impossible, you can take help from Baba, you can take that power from Baba, but there just has to be that positive thought, pure thought, powerful thought, and Baba will really, really help. Om Shanti.
Shakti Stambh. The memorial of a soul who was the embodiment of power. Dadi Janki was Shiv Shakti. Her entire life was a memorial of the combined form of a soul whose hand was always in God's hand. Her life demonstrated practically that she used his power at every step. Dadi had a unique and very subtle connection with Baba. It was a secret that she held in her heart. A secret that her life demonstrated to the world. Let me be thoughtless in this moment, just connected, just merged in the One. How much can I hold one positive thought and make the impossible possible? Just me and Baba. Power, God's power, gives me the strength to go beyond. Let me move beyond everything physical. Back to my sweet home, my sweet one. Let all be forgotten, except the one.
Long distant memories, long buried past is stirring out of the dreaming. The seed of the world, the father of souls, is gathering all for the rising. The passing parts, the meeting of hearts, the river arrives at the ocean. The dying of death, the living of life, the Son to the Father belonging. Nothing is mine except this one, His property ours for the taking. Passing parts, meeting of hearts, the river arrives at the ocean. Eternity, the soul and God, lost in His love, understanding.
Here I sit
Beyond this world,
in memory
beyond its chain,
of Dadi Gulzar,
the bondages all disappear.
the one whose silent connection with Baba made her so subtle, so incognito. For years, she and Baba held a secret relationship.
Thank you for your
They were always
inspiration,
combined.
for your life and love,
Dadi reminded me of Baba,
for your recognition
and when I saw Baba,
of the one
he was in Dadi.
Thank you for your sweet compassion, for your life of truth. Thank you for walking on this earth. Thank you for being
Avyakt Lok,
you. The river
the subtle world
back to
where angels fly.
trees turn back to dust. The sun must
Our last service will be as those angels, those images of support that just connect the world, the entire humanity,
to each one's soul.
the One. When the song played for 3 minutes, it was just 3 minutes. But were you merged in Baba's love? My Baba, my Baba. We just have to say this and merge in Baba's love. So Baba says, for those 3 minutes, you should have no other thought. Just get merged into the love of Mera Baba, my Baba. And when you get merged into anything, you don't remember anything else. So Baba has given the same blessing to everyone. However, what do we see in the result? Baba has given the same to all, but there is a difference in the dharna of the children. Baba loves all the children. Those who are a bit slow, Baba has less love for them. Baba says he has double love. Baba says, I have not only love for that child, but also mercy for that child. That this child, my child, should move forward, should not remain at the back. So no one should think that Baba loves the older souls more, those who do service more. Baba loves every child, and he has good wishes for each child, that each one should become Bap Saman, equal to the Father. Baba has this hope for each one. When we ask Baba, what hope do you have? Baba says, I want each child to be a lamp of hope. And so what hope do I have for each child? Just see what huge hopes Baba has for each one of us. Baba wants each one of us to become equal to him, become equal to me. To become equal, Baba always reminds us of two things. Baba says first, become full, because we have received so many treasures from Baba. So become full of all treasures and become complete.
हृदय को मोह कर हम सबके तुम चले गए अंबर के पार। हृदय को मोह कर हम सबके तुम चले गए अंबर के पार। कभी भूल ना पाएंगे हम आपका दिव्य रूहानी प्यार। कभी भूल ना पाएंगे हम आपका दिव्य रूहानी प्यार। ओ प्यारे दादे गुलजार, ओ मीठे दादे गुलजार। ओ प्यारे दादे गुलजार, ओ मीठे दादे गुलजार।
शिव को खुद में समा के तुम हम सबको करते रहे भरपूर। शिव को खुद में समा के तुम हम सबको करते रहे भरपूर। साकार रूप को छोड़ के तुम क्यों चले गए हम सब से दूर, चले गए हम सब से दूर। तुम बिन अब संगम है अधूरा, तुम बिन अब संगम है अधूरा। कहती है हर अश्रुधार, कभी भूल ना पाएंगे हम आपका दिव्य रूहानी प्यार। कभी भूल ना पाएंगे हम आपका दिव्य रूहानी प्यार। ओ प्यारे दादे गुलजार, ओ मीठे दादे गुलजार। ओ प्यारे दादे गुलजार, ओ मीठे दादे गुलजार। बाबा ने लगाया हमको गले, दादे जी आपके द्वारा है। तेरे बिन तो सब कुछ खत्म हुआ, कहे भीगा दिल ये हमारा है। बाबा ने लगाया हमको गले, दादी जी आपके द्वारा है। तेरे बिन तो सब कुछ खत्म हुआ, कहे भीगा दिल ये हमारा है। कहे भीगा दिल ये हमारा है। अलविदा आपका दादी जी, नहीं करता है ये मन स्वीकार। अलविदा आपका दादी जी, नहीं करता है ये मन स्वीकार। कभी भूल ना पाएंगे हम आपका दिव्य रूहानी प्यार। कभी भूल ना पाएंगे हम आपका दिव्य रूहानी प्यार। ओ प्यारे दादे गुलजार, ओ मीठे दादे गुलजार। ओ प्यारे दादे गुलजार, ओ मीठे दादे गुलजार।
Playing with the jewels of knowledge, playing with the jewels of love. Dadi Ratan Mohini's life has been a life of easiness, of joy, one that brought sweetness and smiles to the lives of many.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
सर्वशक्तिवान बाप के बच्चे
Children of the Almighty Authority Baba,
सदा खुशनुमा
Always stay
रहकर
happy
सबको खुशबू
and
से
fill
भर
others with
देना।
fragrance.
बाबा ने
The children of Bharat
भारत के बच्चों
have
को
understood the whole
इतनी छुट्टी दी
tree of
है,
life.
जो सारे
If they can't hold it
कर्तव्य
in their own
को
hands,
पकड़ने
they have seen it
चाहते
from a
हैं।
distance.
और अगर हाथ में न पकड़े तो बल
They see it and they carry
उसको
on with their
दूर से
work.
भी पकड़ के
They understand it and carry on with their
और
work.
अपना क्या बोले काम कर लेते हैं। ऐसे ही
In this way,
बाबा
Baba
भी
says
हम
to all
बच्चों
of
को
us,
कहते हैं, बच्चे बल कितना भी खेलो,
children, keep playing,
लेकिन खेलते हुए भी
and while playing,
सदा मन में बाबा
keep the
की
remembrance
याद
of Baba in your
रहे
mind.
और समय को देख करके जो प्रोग्राम्स
Keep
बने हुए
seeing the
हैं
time
उसको यथारथ रूप
and
से
run programs
चलाते रहो,
accurately according to the time.
तब कहेंगे कि बरोबर बाबा के बच्चे
So Baba's children see the
समय
time
देख करके जो काम करते हैं वो उनके लिए भी अच्छा
and then
है
act.
और
It's good for
फिर
them
देखने वालों
and
को
it's
भी
good for
अच्छा
others.
लगता है।
So always stay in the
सदा
remembrance
बाप
of the
की
Father.
याद में रह करके
And whatever you do, whether you
जो भी
play,
कुछ
you
करो,
eat,
खेलो, खाओ और आपस में
and whilst playing amongst
खेल
yourselves,
कूद करते रहो, परंतु
keep
बाप
that
की याद
remembrance
बनी
of the Father
रहे।
always.
ऐसे सदा
So keep
संयम
checking
को
yourself, and while
चेक भी
playing,
करते रहो
laughing,
और खेलते
and
हुए
singing,
हंसते
dancing,
नाचते भी रहो।
keep
ओम
moving
शांति।
forward. Om Shanti. And now, the final step. The entry into that one space where I recollect everything that Baba has done for me. A place where we all come together as a family who have been tied in a subtle and secret thread so that our lives bring benefit to the entire world. Om Shanti.
Was this a moving program or what? Right? Just to see it and watch, watch Shantivan in action, just the beautiful, beautiful, and to me almost magical shots and scenes of everything there. As I said earlier, from the gardens to the kitchens to of course Diamond Hall, And I don't know, I think most moving to me out of everything is seeing the memorials to our beloved daddies. It's just a feeling of yes, you know, they are missed, and yes, yet they are still with us, you know, and we can be with them with our thoughts and by just remembering Baba, and we can be with them, you know, with these experiences. And as I was saying earlier about this immersion experience, which I feel that we've had over the last 3 days, ending with Shantivan, kind of immersing ourselves in the places and the people. Speaking of people, one of the most touching, well, there's many touching parts of this entire program, though, but one that really touched me was that one of the sisters was talking about how they miss us so much at Madhuban, not being there. You know, that every year for how many years we double foreigners show up, you know, we entertain them, she said, with our performances and all the things that we do and everything. And I thought that was like interesting, because I'm always thinking how we miss them, and we're so happy to see everybody in Madhuban. And she was saying how lonely it is. You know, imagine in a way, all these years they're serving us, and then we're not there. So it's like the family that didn't come home, you know, or come back to visit for the last year and a half. So I appreciated that, because it made me feel that that's even more of the reason to, when we get the okay, and hopefully in the next year, to go back, that we will all show up. And I also do want to say that to you younger ones, you younger Brahmins who might feel, well, I can do everything on Zoom, and I can do everything, you know, on all that I have. I can get the Murleys on Zoom. And you know, a lot of people feel that way even now, that they don't have to leave their homes, and some can't, you know. We're able to, luckily in Miami, we can go to the center. Few, now we don't have masses of people going, but there's nothing like being there physically. And so I think my feeling is, hopefully, that when it does open up, that many will come and many will make this trek or this journey to Madhuban and go personally, in person, see the 3 sacred spots, the 3 sacred places. And they really are sacred spiritual pilgrimage places for all of us, and something that I think will be ingrained in us. And I guess not maybe in the golden age, because we won't remember, but for the future, I feel that always this search for something sacred and something pure and true, and always in search of Baba. And he's here at this time in our lives. He's here, and you can see it through seeing these, you know, beautiful sacred spots and immersing yourselves in this, as I said, over the last few days. And I mean, I was so touched, as I'm sure you were, with Hansa's talk about Dadi Janki. You know, she was the caretaker, you know, the teacher, not the teacher, but the friend to Dadi Janki, the one that was there for her for every second. And yet she was learning. You know, she was learning from Daddy all of these years, even when Daddy was getting in a weaker stage. And she was the protector of Daddy. She made sure that everything would be okay with Daddy. And I love what she said about how she wanted to just do what was right, that Daddy would be happy with, that Dadi Janki would be happy with. And one of those, you know, things that had to do with Daddy always wanted to give everybody the right gift. Not just any gift, but whoever came, she wanted to give them something right. And Sister Hansa, she made sure, you know, in her mind, what would Daddy be thinking? And she was, I mean, that's such a beautiful thing, that she was so concerned about Dadi Janki's well-being every single second. And I have a wonderful memory, and with somebody that's out there in Miami, Deb from Miami, and we stopped by on our last trip. Actually, it wasn't the last trip, it was, I think, the trip before that. And we asked for permission to go see Daddy, and we got permission from Hansa, which was just wonderful. And we go there, and Daddy is sleeping. And I thought, oh, well, oh no, you know, I would have loved for her to be up, and so I could see her, you know, talk to her or whatever. But Hansa said, come right in, come right in. And we sat there for, I can't tell you how long. It seemed, like a pretty long time in a good way. We were happy to be there. And we just sat there with Daddy. And again, Daddy, even sleeping, Dadi Janki, you could absorb the energy and the beauty and the everything about her, her just whole beautiful spirit. And just sitting there with her, I actually felt intoxicated. And I'm telling you this because I'm thinking of Sister Hansa. She could have said to us, well, Daddy's sleeping, come back another day, though we couldn't. I think we were leaving from there. I forget that part, but she didn't say that, she said, come on in. And so she was always there. She says in the video that you've just seen, to make everybody happy, as Daddy would. And I also loved when she talked about how Daddy really, really didn't like noise, noise. She wanted quiet. And so Hansa really worked hard to make sure there was no noise, maybe too much coming and going and people talking. And then, of course, the part that she talked about, which is so moving, was her own spiritual changes, things that she went through when Daddy left the body, and questioning her own identity. And here, this was her service for so many years, and suddenly that's taken away. And she had to work through it and come out even better, where she realized she has so many people now that she can serve, and in Madhuban. And I feel that's a really good lesson for all of us, that sometimes we identify with our service or whatever we're doing, whether it's the person in the kitchen or the person teaching. And maybe if you can't do that as much as you could, then it's like, who are you, in Baba's family? And it doesn't matter. Again, we don't want to identify with our roles, that the role can change and we will change, but we will change for the better. So I was just really touched by her honesty and her feelings of her growth, and that. So it kind of made me realize that no matter where you are on this journey with Baba, there's more growth to be had. And so we're all growing, we're all developing, we're all ascending. And that's what I take from being there, at these pilgrimage spots, is, over the last few days, is that we're all on the move. We don't want to be stagnant. And that's what Madhuban does for us. It pushes us when we go, pushes us to be better, to be stronger, to clean up our act. It's kind of, sometimes we have something that's just not quite right. And it's the land of transformation. You get there and whatever it was is going on. I have always found personally that it clears. Usually by the time that I leave. I don't usually go home with something that I came with, something emotional or spiritual, that not spiritual, that I'm not spiritual, actually, something that I'm going through. And for me, the last trip was that my husband had just passed away about 3 months before, and not even. And I made the trip because I knew that Madhuban was going to be so good for me. I couldn't think of anywhere else in the world that I'd want to be. And I went, and I didn't realize that I was carrying some sorrow, from having just lost him. So I just want to say that what happened to me was meditating, being with Baba. What happened to me was it just dissipated. Suddenly, one day I was walking to class in Madhuban, and I was actually in Gyan Sarovar that day, and I felt that the heaviness and the sadness just disappeared, just went away. And I left, I really felt that I left Madhuban with such a special gift of feeling that I didn't have to grieve in life, I didn't have to suffer, and I was healed. It's pretty amazing, I didn't expect that to happen so quickly. I thought it would take some time, but as they say, Madhuban is the land of magic. It's a magical place, and magic happens. Another thing that's often happened to me, and many others have said the same thing about Madhuban, is you need something done, you need to meet with someone, maybe you have a half-baked idea of some service, or you need to see someone, and it all happens in Madhuban. You never have to think too much. It just happens. Thoughts travel, and you need to see someone, and there they appear. There they are. And it is the land of, of magic, of spiritual adventure. And I'm really, really glad that we all, got to experience all of this together. And I think that this retreat for us double foreigners is just really something that gives us, strengthens our spiritual immune system and gives us the strength we need and the power we need to move on and move forward. And I know that Sister Mohini Didi often says the world might be getting worse, but we are getting better. And so all we have to do is just be aware and make some effort and enjoy this beautiful, beautiful confluence time, this beautiful confluence age. So I'm very happy to get to be with you all. Hope to meet you in Madhuban sometime soon. And we will go to all 3 pilgrimage spots together, right? And thank you so much for being part of this. And this was, as you know, the last in the series of the wonderful programs that the team did do, put this together. A lot went on, making the video, organizing the times, and getting everybody involved with this. So it was not a small job that they did. And so we have to just really, really commend them. So again, thank you so much for being here, and Om Shanti.